We have here the 2023 Scott Addict RC Pro in a size small, weighing in at 7.15 kilos, and in pounds, 15 pounds, 12 ounces. Stay tuned to after video where free buy sound test on the Zip 303 SE wheels right here. Thank you. I did a video recently where I talked about everything Scott did wrong with the Scott Addict Ultimate RC that retailed for $16,000. In today's video, we're going to talk about this bike right here. This is the 2023 Scott Addict RC Pro, and this is a bike that they did everything right. This bike retails for $10,000. As you guys just see, it weighed at right around 7.12 kilos in a size small. Comes with a full Dura-Ace 12-speed Di2 electronic group set, a pair of name brand Zip SE 303 wheels, and a fully integrated cockpit with carbon fiber bar and stem. This is, I think, the price point that everyone should be going after as a big, solid company. Yes, it is a drop down in carbon tier, but there's a minimal difference. And for this price difference to be the $6,000 from the Ultimate to this bike right here, and to still get top tier quality components, to still get a top tier quality name like these wheels right here, and to still get the backing of Scott with their nice, same exact geometry RC frame as well. This is a bike that I think is a amazing deal. This is a bike that everyone comes to my comment section, they say, back in 2005, back in 2008, I bought a full bike with Dura-Ace, with mechanical Dura-Ace, aluminum wheels for $5 grand, $7 grand, whatever it is. This bike is so close to that price point, but with so much of today's modern technology into it, that you really do get a good deal on it. It doesn't come with a power meter, but all those bikes back in the day that you guys bought back in the day didn't come with power meters on there. And you're getting a way better version of aerodynamics, you're getting a way better version of comfortability, and also you're getting a way better group set, which is the Dura-Ace Di2 12-speed, way better than mechanical, for a little bit difference of price point. So for you guys to sit there and always complain about prices and saying you bought top tier Dura-Ace for $7,000, this is the bike to kind of put you guys in your place for $10,000. You're getting an electronic group set, integrated bar and stem combo, Zip 303 wheel set, full carbon fiber bar and stem, and then you have the aerodynamics to boot with the Addict RC. Scott knocked this bike out of the park. They make this bike, I believe, in the Scott foil as well, in the new design, I think is $10,500. But I think this bike is an amazing price point for someone who is an enthusiast, who wants a gorgeous looking bike because this color is absolutely insane. They have it a sparkly blue, which fades down to like a brushed silver logo, which fades down to like this kind of like Nardo gray. It's not like a gray, but it's like a brownish gray, which looks really good. And then they have the matte finish with the Addict logo right there, and the RC, which stands for race. I mean, it's a bike that you can really put your money into, baby it. You can put your money into race it. I mean, it's a bike that's going to perform, and you're going to get everything out of your money there. The wheels are a hookless version. They are, yes. And the SC, which I've done a video before in the past as well, Zip makes these wheels themselves, Zip 303S. They're a $1,600 wheel set. It's a hookless version. They can only go up to about 73 PSI. You can only use compatible tires. This right here is the Zip 303 SE, which you'll only find on the Addict RC, and you'll only find it on the foil RC. What we debunked about it is that it's just a manufacturer specific rim that was sent out to Scott, where they laced it up with their own Scott hubs and their own spokes in here. So the rim is the exact same quality as that Zip 303 rim. It's the exact same functionality. It's just you're getting a little bit cheaper hub on here as well, which some people might like, because we have heard in the past that some people do not like the Zip hubs. So yeah, but again, you're getting all that package for 10 grand. I think it's absolutely phenomenal. So in today's video, I'm gonna go ahead and break down everything on this bike, and we'll go from there. So starting off with the cockpit on here, we get their own synchronous bar and stem combination. This is a full carbon fiber bar and stem combo. Cables are ran internally through the handlebar, in through the stem. You do have an option where you can buy a one-piece proprietary mount that goes into here by K-Edge or Synchro, so you can actually have your garment come out right here. This piece alone, I believe, is $600 if you do want to swap this out. So the only downfall to these bikes being all this one-buy proprietary integrated stuff is that when you do have to start swapping out stem lengths and bar widths, you're getting into the realm of changing price points and having to pay extra for that. But again, top tier bike, you may be able to figure out the money for it. You do have on here Dura-Ace 12-speed, 12 gears in the rear, 2 in the front gear system. This is a semi-wireless system. You only have 2 wires running from the rear derailleur, front derailleur to battery inside the frame. These are connected wirelessly to the rear derailleur to give you a reading. They have their own kind of battery in here. It's a 1632C battery that was going to connect to this, so they are wirelessly paired. They are a hydraulic disc brake system as well. And then on here they have their own bar tape, the synchronous bar tape wrap. Before we go any farther into the video, I'd like to thank my channel's very first ever sponsor, MANSCAPED. They sent me out the Beard Hedger Pro Kit. This thing has 10 different adjustments on here. If you guys have ever seen me in person, which you guys have seen me in my videos, you guys know I have one of the most beautiful, luscious beards. Went ahead and reached out to them and said, hey guys, I do a lot of content and a lot of cyclists out there are big into shaving their legs, like you guys I'm sure are back at home. So I figured, hey, I use electric razors all the time in the shower to prep myself for riding. But not only that, this is another way to keep myself aerodynamic. You have this little scroll wheel right here that has all 10 adjustments, and it can actually raise the edge guard up here to go a little bit higher. And also they sent you everything you need inside this care package box, like beard shampoo, like your oil, like your beard conditioner, beard balm. I've been using this brush like crazy recently, just because of the fact that I never had a nice beard comb. I usually just use my wife's brush as well, and plus this brush too. I don't even know what this does, but it just feels smooth against my cheeks, so I'm very, very grateful for it. If you guys are interested, please check out down below. GC Perf 20 is going to get you guys 20% off your total order and free international shipping to wherever you guys are located. And thank you again to Manscaped for going ahead and sponsoring this video. I think it's a very pretty paint job for the bicycle industry. The Sparkle Blue as a stock OEM spec paint job, that it's not like a custom My Way, it's not a custom Project One. You're not paying extra money for the paint job. I think this is a really good looking paint job. You have the Scott logo right here, very minimalistic. You have the Scott logo here on the side. Again, the wheels, like I mentioned before, are a Zip 303 SE wheel. These are a hookless wheel, so they are tubeless, tire specific only. I believe you can only fit 28s on here. It's the smallest tire. You have to have a tire compatible chart with you as well. This bike does have tubes in it, but it does have to have the tubeless ready tire. Max PSI is 72 PSI. You guys all know how I feel about the tubeless tire or the hookless wheels, but it is what it is. They say they're lighter, they say they're more impact resistant, all that yada yada yada. They do come with their own Synchros hub, which is Synchros is going to be like the Revolve company to Specialized, the Bontrager to Trek. So you're getting a Synchros in-house hub by Scott, so you only have to go one place for warranty. And then for the tire, you're getting a Schwalbe Pro 1 tire. This is a tubeless ready tire, like I mentioned before. It's a 700 by 28C tire. Me personally, I swap out these tires to something a little bit lighter, maybe a Continental 5000 STR, and run it tubeless. This was the same bike that they had last year. The only real difference between this bike and last year's bikes are these new rotors. This is the new generation of the Dura-Ace rotors for 12-speed. Just a little bit of a change look to them. You do have the same exact Dura-Ace disc brake caliper right here with 10% more clearance. The one thing I do like about Scott that I always mentioned before, they have this little magnetic cover plate to match or to hide the disc brake bolts. Looks much more aero, looks much more cleaner, and it's very secure as well. I mean, this thing is not going to pop off just going over bumps and stuff like that. You know, it's got it on there. But no, I was really hitting it hard, so you don't have to worry about that. With all Scott bikes, they do come with a press fit bottom bracket, so it is a PF86 bottom bracket. And yeah, these bike companies, I believe since the internet and YouTube has been around, you have these big YouTubers like Hambini, you have these big YouTubers like Peak Torque talking about carbon fiber tolerances and how companies have kind of lacked on it. Since these have been brought to light more and more, I think there's better quality control going around because I'm experiencing less and less of this bottom bracket creak with these modern day bikes. So I think they're doing a good job of hearing what you guys are saying. And yes, it is very easy to adjust the height of the stem as well. These spacers do break away. You can lower this stem without cutting it. You can take off this cap and run spacers on top of there as well. So that's always a benefit to the consumer without cutting anything. We do have on here two Synchros water bottle bolt cages right here and here, here and here. They are a T25 to go ahead and remove it. For the crank on here, we do have a Dura-Ace crank. It is a 5236 Dura-Ace crank. Again, no power meter, but again, the bike is a $10,000 bike. You can either add your own pedals to it. Majority of consumers I do sell bikes to already do either have Garmin pedals or the Favero Asimov pedals as well. So they really don't see the need for the Dura-Ace power meter. Chain is a Dura-Ace 12-speed XTR chain. You do have a Dura-Ace front derailleur as well with the new improved Hyperglide Plus Plus, where it shifts super smooth up and down. The cassette in the rear is going to be a Dura-Ace cassette 1128, and then actually I'm sorry 1130. And then in the back, you have this beautiful, sleek, jewelry looking like rear derailleur by the Dura-Ace. Longer cage to accept a bigger chain and cassette configuration. You have your charge point back here. And something I like that Scott does for the Shimano, they include this little direct mount derailleur hanger that attaches directly to the derailleur Looks much more cleaner. It brings the chain tension away from the cassette to allow less friction, similar to like OSPWs do. But the whole idea behind this is supposed to put the derailleur out a little bit more, so it's not tucked up right underneath there, so it's not as much friction on the bend, which I do like. I think it's a nice touch. Rear rotor is a 160mm rear rotor, which the front is exactly the same. And then the tire spec is the exact same as well on the back. Schwalbe Pro ones with a Zip 303 ST rear wheel. We do have a Scott logo right here. We do have the lower seat stays as well for a little bit of aerodynamics, but the Addict bike is known as their climbing bike, and this is their HMF carbon. It's not their HMX. That is the biggest difference between the Ultimate bike and the Pro bike, is that all the bikes underneath the Ultimate, all the bikes underneath that $16,000 price point bike are all HMF carbon fiber, which is like Scott's lower tier carbon. But yes, like I said, the HMF is still a really, really good carbon. I mean, before this, the HMF carbon was being used for just these Scott foil bikes that the pro Peloton riders were riding in the Tour de France. It's only been recently that they changed the HMX to a foil now as well. So you're getting the same exact carbon that the pros were riding in Tour de France just a couple years ago. The seat post on here is a proprietary Synchros D-shaped seat post, a little bit more aero as well. You do have the 3mm Allen key right here, which you're going to adjust for the seat post wedge right there. And then you have their own Synchros Belcara saddle. Very short nose, wide nose saddle, carbon fiber rails, carbon fiber body, super lightweight saddle that Scott makes as well. But yes, I had to bring this to light to you guys because it is a beautiful bike, pretty affordable price when you're talking about these kind of components on here, and an absolute looker. It's not like you're buying a bike that's clunky or ugly. You're getting name brand wheels by Zip. You're getting name brand components like Dura-Ace Di2 12-speed on there. You're getting an absolute dream bike in terms of the Addict RC, which is their race model with an integrated cockpit as well. There is nothing you're missing on this bike except for their top tier quality carbon. You could take this bike today, ride it, race it, compete with it, and have no downfall. So I really do think that Scott hit the nail on the head with this bike on this price point. I think more companies should aim for this price point as well. It's an absolute dream bike. I think you should see more and more people do this price point. So anyways, guys, that's going to do it for this video. Thank you guys again so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Here comes a free buy sound test on the Zip 303 SE wheels. As you guys can tell, these hubs are much more louder because of the fact that they are a Synchros branded hub and not the Zip hub. The Zip hub more tingy, these are a little bit more louder. Anyways, guys, that's gonna do it for this video. Thank you guys again so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one.